Villagers, I'm sorry for being late for a minute. I'm hiking in a mountain in southeastern part of China. There are some villagers around me. I am here with my children and another lady and her daughter. We drove here from our small village in here around 20 minutes. Again, yeah, 20 minutes. You can see in the perimeter of 20-minute drive, you can see a lot of villagers with different characteristics. So without much ado, let me show you the view around here. So now let's hike and see what the views are and what kind of villages we're going to see on the way. There are some visitors here walking. They are kind of leaving this village, and I am going into the top, into the village, and I'm actually going for the top of a hill. Now you can see in the middle of the view, there are a lot of people gathering. There's a viewpoint, a platform where people can stand and enjoy the views around. Look at the colors here. This is the bloom of canola. Thank you, Joanne, for saying this. It's my pleasure. Let's enjoy the life and the landscape of China in southeastern China. I would say the canola started to bloom just a few days ago. Maybe it takes another week for people to see the full bloom. And now we're starting to see it. Later, I'm also going to walk through some villages. All right, let me catch up with my group. They are walking ahead of me, children. They're excited. And it is a Sunday morning. I want to take them out to be in close touch with nature. And here you can see the name of this village right here. This is the village. It's called in Chinese Shitan. Yeah, pay attention. There are two characters here. The one on the left means stone. Well, the other one, the one on the right, means pool. Look, the character for stone looks quite pictographic. It looks like a stone. All right. And here is a slogan they put up for tourists. That is, I'm in Shitan to enjoy the spring. Hopefully you enjoyed the spring. And it's not a sunny day. It rained yesterday. It's a cloudy day. I haven't seen the sun. Sun is blocked behind the clouds. All right, you can see some tourists here. I need to, my wife is not around here this time, and I need to call my wife because my group isn't in my sight. I need to call the lady through my wife. Let them stay a little bit, wait for me. 喂，兰兰，你跟那个婷婷他妈说啊，让他走慢一点。他现在我找不到他们人了，我不知道他们走到哪个去路去了。 让他们原路返回一点点，好不好？走太快了，啊？我在直播啊，你现在赶紧跟他说，你说让他原路返回一点，我找不到他们人了，不要走太快，好吧？嗯，好。Are you traveling with your family today, Harry? With my children, not with my wife. My wife is at home. There is some renovation at home, and my wife has to stay to watch. Yeah. The lady I'm with is a local native who has always lived here in this area. There are a lot of cars, vans actually, taking tours, going back and forth. About 2 days ago, they started their peak season mode. And now people are not able to drive here. You have to park under the mountain and then interchange to a van arranged by the local office. It charges 15 yuan for you to get here. To get up first, and if you want go down still in the car, you have to pay another 15 yuan. There's no entrance fee because this is a natural village. Yeah. Do you have a canola in your area? This is the time for tourists. And later, the local people are going to harvest the rapeseed seeds in those canola plants for extracting into seeds. Oil, sorry. Extracting the seeds into oil. So I have to stay here a little bit. I need to wait for my group. I don't know where they have been. Actually, they went too fast. They walked too fast. All right. Much canola in Canada. All right. Lona. How would they harvest these seeds? Maybe, yeah, this is a good question. I'm going to ask this question later for you and let the lady explain to us. She knows it best. 慢一点，慢一点。All right, now just walk with me in this area. This is a small trail. They are waving at me, so I need now to walk on this trail to catch up with them. Australia has thousands of hectare paddocks of canola. All right. Is rapeseed oil popular? Here it's popular. Gu Kaifeng. Gu Kaifeng. 回答我呀，你们叫你不回答，你们慢一点。Where's your group of people from? It's my family, my 2 children and my friends, let's say. My wife's friends. I'm not leading a tourist group. I'm just hiking with my friends and family here. Yeah, just hiking, Delia. Usually, you can come here and don't get to see any people, except the local villagers. But now you see a lot of people taking photos. They are visitors, tourists. And this is the kind of van for tourists. There's a river down there. The river actually takes a turn here. The turning point is now behind a small mound in front of you, down there. You can see the river on both sides. There's a turning point in the middle. All right, here's the group. Here's the group. 来，你们要不要打声招呼啊？用中文说一下，跟世界的观众打声招呼说。来，一起说。来，一起说，1、2、3。你。
大家好。
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 大家好 means hello everybody. 大家 this is what 大家 means everybody. 他们都给你们掌声了，给你们拍手了。The kids here, the boy and the girl in red, they are my children. The other girl, who is a 6th grader in a primary school, this is her mother. 来，给我们解释一下好不好？这个，请婷婷妈妈给我们解释一下这个油菜花，它这个菜籽从哪里产的？
菜籽啊，菜籽就是这个花哈，这个花瓣掉了，花瓣出来长得像一个针这么大的哈，它要长出来长像这么大的一个针出来，里面有一粒一粒一粒的菜籽。在哪里？什么部位？就这个花掉的部位。就在花掉的部位。对啊。哎。就这个花掉的部位上面有那个菜籽，那个一头是尖的哈，这样长出来的。
Yeah, my friend is explaining to me that see where you can see the flower. Later, you're going to see after the flower falls.
这个心，这个花掉了呢，就中间这个心呢。
Something that grows out of the middle of the flower. Now you see.
这里面长出来的。
And you can get the seeds from the middle of the flower pot that can be extracted into oil, rapeseed oil. All right, there's a better viewpoint. A lot of people are gathering over there. It's over there. And I think we can walk there in, hopefully in 10 minutes. 啊？
这个就是那油菜了。那这个花瓣掉掉了，就是这个油菜，看。
油菜哈。
对，看这小节的，看这是油菜籽里面是。
It is in this kind of a structure where you get the seeds. Look, it's a long, thin piece of part of the plant.
这个花掉了，就是成这样子，这样子慢慢长大了。哪一个的？我不在，他要，那个他要。来。
Does rice also grow here? 像婷婷妈妈，像开油菜花的田，适合种那个水稻吗？
不适合。
不适合哈。那通常你们会轮作吗？
我们这里不种水稻，像水稻这个缸地根本就不好种水稻。我们这个油菜收掉，马上就种那个豆子。
种豆子是吧？
对。
Yeah, The lady told me after this season for the canola, the following season they grow a kind of a bean, legume. Actually, I read on internet that legume is a good replacement to not a replacement. It's a good thing for you to grow as the rotation with the canola flower. Yes, and the turnip crop rotation. Hello, everyone. Hello, Joe, Christine, Sherilyn. I'm in southeastern China. I'm getting closer to the viewpoint over there. This is the canola. Almost 2 weeks ago, I did a tour to show you a village featuring plum blossoms, and that's actually almost over. It's actually done. People who come to visit this area are now more focused on this kind of a village, where you can see the canola. 啊？看这个茶叶枣。这茶叶枣。看，长这么大了。你看，你过来呗。啊。看。啊。嗯。这个茶叶好采嘞，有机茶叶，看都是没虫害的嘞。已经可以采了。可以采嘞。示范一下。看。再看。The lady said there are buds from this bush. From this plant of tea bush, and she just demonstrated that to us how she works on plucking the tea buds from the plant. And this is what they are going to do next. This is their cash plants. Tea for spring. There is a village here. 啊？那个上面怎么了？你讲是什么东西？啊，这上面全都是树。啊，对，像防风林似的。You can see in this village, buildings are quite new. 那些水缸哈是拿来干嘛的呢？我们这个山上不是没什么水吗？哈，天干的时候，它是把这个水储存到这里面，啊，这个干旱的时候就是。快拿个纸，没事，爸爸不讲，我给你的，你爸爸不会讲啊。Thank you, Lucinda. Yes, Lisa, it's a beautiful area. Southeastern China area has a relatively rich water resources. There is the Yangtze River and some other big and small rivers and lakes around here. Throughout history, there have been always more prosperous villages and towns in this area, which also have produced a lot of merchants and men of letters, scholars, famous people, artists. 到了5月份有枇杷吃嘞，看这小枇杷长出来了。5月份有枇杷了哈。哎，看小枇杷长出来了。The lady is pointing to me this plant. Thank you, Carol. 今年的枇杷不多。In May, people can get loquats from this tree. And actually, there's a village that I visited a few years ago with my wife and also my children that produces a lot of loquats. In May, people put out street stalls to sell those loquats. Do you eat loquats? It's quite a pleasant kind of fruit. How cold does it get in the winter? The temperature can go down to close to minus 10 degrees Celsius. And you know what? In China, people in the north, as they are closer to like Russia, North Korea, much colder than this area by temperature. When here, it's around minus 10 degrees, they probably get minus 30 or even more. Yeah, even more. But usually when they come here to travel or settle, they usually complain about the cold weather here because here it's more humid. And in the building, there's no central heating. This is something they're not used to. People in North, no matter how cold it is outside and how much snow they get, but as long as they get in the door, they feel just so easy and comfortable. But here, it's always almost the same when you are outside or inside. Inside, you still have to be very bundled up. And when you have minus 10 degrees as the coldest the temperature, you naturally also get to see a lot of snow, some snow. Why is it different than the north here? Simply because the north is very cold by temperature. It is actually colder, easily if you just measure by the temperature. That's why they have the central heating. Yeah, they have the hot water radiators fitted in the room of almost each building for like residents or public service or entertainment or whatever. So, but here we don't have that. I noted that the barber and the artist were bundled up. Yes. And also in northern China, they have a kind of adobe bed. In other words, it's actually a kind of bed with with hot air in circulation under the bed through some tunnels built. And that kind of heat also comes from their adobe kitchen range that is connected to the bed. Yeah. They kind of, sleep and live on a very big bed in northern China. And they call that kang. Do you have coal or gas stoves in the houses then? We do have gas stove. Monica, good to see you again, Monica. We do have gas. Monica, I know you are from Spain. How is the temperature going now in Spain? Almost every family now has the natural gas stove. Well, the coal, yes, they use. They don't necessarily use coal because they use firewoods. Wow. 你们要小心哦！哎，不要打闹，不要打闹，这里车很多。 知道吗？而且这些车开得很快，你这样是不行的，因为 my son is teasing with my daughter, so I just gave him a warning because you see there are a lot of vans going so fast with loud honking. They want to make their money. They kind of want to make as much money as possible. This is the time for them to make money. They take tourists up and down. So I don't want the children to be distracted by some kind of a frolic. All right, now we are getting there. The viewpoints. There are a lot of people holding their professional cameras. The people in the village here are all farmers. That's right, Joe. The local people are all farmers. There are some, people because they used to work before retirement as a teacher or for a state-owned company. Therefore, although they live here, they actually are citizens. In other words, they receive more social benefits simply because of their identity. Yeah, there are that, but there are a relatively small percentage. When you come to rural China area, there are mostly farmers. 来，小心，来看着，请看，一定要看，你要看一下，你看哈，这边这个车子挡在这儿，它必须得要有个空间转，你挡在这儿是不行的，你要观察怪风。好了，我们稍微在这停留一下，等一下他们，然后我们也到那观景台上去看一下去。来，站过来点。I believe most of the tours here were taken by buses. When I parked down under the mountain, I saw some buses mixed with a few individual tourists. 啊？就在这开店的哈。好，我们走路小心啊，来，好好的走路，来，我往下走。走好路好，把它照顾好，行吗？I'm getting scared from the children. Those drivers are scaring me. That's right, Carol. I mean, the way they drive and just how loud the honk is not pleasing to people. It gives you a lot of pressure. So, yeah, but this is something you have to be used to when you live in China. A lot of people, in terms of civility, leaves a long way to be desired. The tree there with the purple flowers is a magnolia. By the way, magnolia is the city flower of Shanghai. And the other day I mentioned peony is the national flower of China. The lady said, 快快快, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I need to get photos. Okay. 哎，你
你要给别人拍照，手机要拿着手吗？我又没有叫你专心做那个水手。那个
Yeah, slow down. That's right, Laura. Lorna. Yeah, I also need to keep an eye on my children. A lot of homestays there in that village. They provide services for tourists. And when I hiked up, on the way, I saw a lot of people just go down with their suitcases. I believe those people stayed overnight last night here in those some of these houses. All right, let me walk up to the platform there. I'm in a tourist attraction, let's say, but located in the hinterland of China. This is a southeastern Anhui province. This is a local tourist attraction. It's not a place that enjoys any nationwide reputation. Mount Huangshan is the most popular tourist attraction here, and a lot of places here get spillover tourists from the visitors to Mount Huangshan. Thank you, Laila. All right. 你们要注意安全啊，不要去到边缘，知道吗？那边边缘，怪风眼睛看着，看着周围。顾凌云，跟我们一起啊。Here is the bend of the river. What's the name of the river? The name of the river is Changyuan River. Changyuan is the name of the river. It is a branch of Xin'anjiang River or Xing'an River. Jiang simply means a river. So you may say either Xin'anjiang River or Xing'an River. Just like Mount Huangshan, when we say Mount Huangshan, Shan itself in Chinese means mountain. So it also makes sense if you just say Mount Huang, yellow mountain. Huang means yellow. As I said in the beginning of the tour, it's not the prime time of the Canola Bloom. It's even better for you to come back here in a week time to enjoy the full bloom of the river, of the flower. 我们换一点角度。Have you noted that most of the visitors here are in their 50s and above? There aren't many young people. These people are retired citizens from different towns and cities, mostly on the east coast of China, from provinces like Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Shanghai, those coastal provinces. There are more industries and also more business opportunities for people in those areas. They are retired in relatively early age here. They retire, men, they retire at the age of 60, women 55. And for those people who actually work for state-owned companies, and they can even retire earlier. For ladies at the age of 50, and then they just have a lot of time and a lot of just money for them to travel with. Sometimes when I see them here in rural China area, in juxtaposition with the local old citizens, you know what? It's just such a dramatic picture. They just look as if they were from different worlds, not from the same country. All right, there is a village over there. That village is deserted. You know what? Actually, my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, grew up in that village. Now it's deserted. And years ago, there was a warning of mudslides, which posed threats to this village. Therefore, the inhabitants in that village got relocated. Now there's nobody living there. And I think 3 years ago, I went into the village with my mother-in-law and my wife and children, and we saw just a lot of rubbles in the middle. This is the view at a different angle. There are tea fields. There's a pavilion on the hillside. I'd better walk from this spot as the cigarette smell is carried to me by the wind. Okay, there are a few beautiful trees here. The one in pink is the peach blossom. It looks like a plum blossom, but as I said, plum blossom is almost over. It's the peach blossom. Lisa missed it. I think canola oil is just Canada oil. Yeah, canola oil has another name that is in English the rapeseed oil. The output of canola oil from the seeds is relatively high, 40%. 40%. Is grape seed same as canola? Did you drive most of the way to that spot or walk? Lisa asked. We drove here in 20 minutes from our village. And there's no way for you to drive up to the top of this mountain now in the peak season of tourism. A few days ago, they built a block there to stop any individual tourists just coming in their cars. And we parked down there, and then we walked for about, I think, 45 minutes to this area, the top of this mountain, the best viewing spots for the canola. You know, in spring, you see just in those lot of parks and natural places featuring flowers. People just like to take the photos so much with all kinds of flowers and trees. Oftentimes, ladies, they like to go into the field and sometimes pull a branch so that they can get a more unique and beautiful picture. It's very common to see that. Okay. The name of that deserted village, by the way, is Hushan village. Hu means a lake, Shan means mountain, Lake Mountain Village. 来，我们去到那边，再从那个角度回拍一下。This man is selling some local specialties. I see air-dried bamboo, and air-dried chrysanthemum flowers, and a crotch for tourists. 来，慢慢走，小心边缘哈，小心走好路。哎呀！Rapeseed is what we call canola. Tea bushes here. And about 10 days ago, people started to put out those yellow stickers to trap the bad insects. Oh, 有什么事问他是吧？哎，没必要，这倒也没必要，因为我大概还是了解的。就是说，因为站在那儿介绍的话呢，当然也可以，也可以，中间不过有一个翻译的过程。可以啊。哎，这个男的我上次看到过他。Oh, my son just now spotted out a different canola. Look at the color; it's different from all the others. This one is pink.
还有紫色的？
怎么会有粉色的呢？
你看那个颜色的，我没看到。哇，还有橙色的。那你看还有。那也有橙色的。
There were canola of different colors. That one is the first one is pink. The other one, see, there's also a yellow one. Let me zoom in.
这个是种的拿来光看的，是不是
？Orange one, let's say. It's more orange. Well, a regular canola is in that color. It's like kind of yellow. That's a good discovery. Something new. Something different.
这一块都是的，五颜六色的。
哪个？
这个是个，
然后
是黄色的，你看。
然后还有颜色吗？
把你拍到了。
那粉色最稀奇。
这紫的太鲜艳了，好吧？这样加1度。
不必吧，我们以欣赏为主哈，而且它就独立的这一颗。
还有这个。
好，继续。
还有谁上山的？我们现在有3个人了，还有人谁上山的？
Harry always have fabulous tours. Oh, thank you, Lucinda, for saying that. I would say the views are just fabulous. And I'm just so lucky to be able to be in this area, which is my wife's home village area, to show you what China can present to us
1块钱。
in nature.
2块。2块。
你这样1块钱1块。
All right, there's a store here, probably selling local specialties. Let's get a close look. What they think popular with the tourists.
这梅干菜怎么卖呀？那梅干菜啊
This is a kind of dessert.
40啊。你梅干菜有点那个吧？等一下拿个零食的。
Air-dried bamboo, thin bamboo. The local scones, the local scone, and the tea in the green bags packs.
它那个生肉10斤，6、8斤都。
Chrysanthemum flowers, more air-dried bamboo, and here ham.
这是66块5啊，66，哎，6块5，跟你60不行，63。
Okay.
他卖了个肉哎。
那个村看上去不远哈，下面那个村看上去不远是吧？
它这个烟是30块钱一斤。
35块钱一斤啊。来，我们到这儿来，上去，要不要上去这个亭子？Let's ascend higher to the pavilion. It always the way people have to eat, no matter where they. Sure. Do they make provisions for those that can't walk to sites? Or accessible, you mean facilities or aids? First of all, I would say in this kind of a local tourist attraction, it's not something people usually consider. Yes, in big cities, Shanghai, Nanjing, Hangzhou, yes, most of the tourist attractions, they have considered for those, less disabled, less abled people, body abled people. But here, no, probably not. Okay, let's cut back to the views. I heard that people oftentimes see the sea of clouds here in this village. Probably that has something to do with the river down there. Every morning, enough water is in the air for people to see the sea of clouds. But you have to get up very early. There are some tables for people to sit down, drink something, eat something. Which kinds of clouds is a sea of clouds? That's a good question. It's not cirrus. It's not nimbus. It's the kind of cloud you see in the sky that is in big chunk. It is this kind of clouds when it is at a right elevation. For example, here under the platform right here, you are able to enjoy the sea of clouds. All right. It's a cloudy day today. Oh, Barry, I'm getting dizzy from these heights. Don't worry. I will be careful, and I usually I'm a careful person. So my daughter is actually under my wing now, and she is whining. She said she's getting tired. You know what? We hiked up for about 45 minutes, and maybe probably she knows that we are expected to walk down also in another, maybe faster, in maybe this time, half an hour or around. She just likes whining. My son doesn't do that, but my daughter, who is usually more active than my son, actually whines more when she hikes, when she travels. Thank you, Liz. Is your wife watching your tour, Harry? Delia, probably not. And last time, when I was in Mount Huangshan, before I set out for Mount Huangshan, I told my wife maybe you could you could be watching my tours on Hagel on your account. She said she didn't seem interested. All right, the lady is now giving a snack to my daughter, and she doesn't know what to do. 朵朵，谢谢好了，你要吃你就说谢谢，不吃你就跟阿姨是大方的说，我现在不吃，谢谢你。You know, this is actually a problem for children, for them how to say no to people. And it's always easy to say thank you and take something, but they don't know how to say no and deny things when they are kind of in contact with people. That lady is actually a grocer's. She's a grocer. She runs a grocer's. I interviewed her son after the Chinese New Year, and her son now is in a different province. He's a freshman in a university in northern China. It's good manners to accept what people give you. Isn't that a Chinese tradition? It's good manners to accept what people. Yes, that's right. Actually, this is a very interesting point, and for people to think about. It's good manners to accept when people give you. Isn't that a Chinese tradition? That's right. Chinese, I would say, in Chinese culture, uh, when people give you a gift, they kind of tend to, want you to accept, and it's really impolite for you to say no. Uh, and just like at a dinner, for example, at a meal, people they always like to take food for you from the plates, and you know, but in some situations, it's really critical, and I think for children, they need to learn sometimes to say no, and how to accept, how to refuse or deny a thing in a good way. But that's harder. It's harder than just taking it. Okay. All right. Let's go down and let's walk down. 来，什么东西？
哦，卖票的，你咋看的了？换层数，他们卖票的，你们就买了票就到上面去。我们管这儿叫厦大，它对应叫厦太哦。
In Chinese culture, safe. Oh no, sorry, not safe. Face is such a unique and controversial topic. Face. People always expect you to take what is given to you so that you can help save the people who is doing it. Otherwise, it's a loss of face to that people, to that, to that person. And here is a homestay for meal service. It costs 12 yuan for a bowl of noodle with only vegetables. 15 yuan for the same noodle but with some shreds of pork. And a serving of dumplings costs 15 yuan. And if you want a chicken, it costs 45 yuan, the last item. And a dish of hong shao rou, red cooked pork, costs 55 yuan. They cook here for customers over there. All right. Before we finish, let me show you where we are again. And this is the name of this sub-village. This is the name of the sub-village. That is Xiatai. Xia in Chinese pinyin reads Xia Tai. This is the name of this sub-village. We're in Shitan village, Xiatai sub-village. Silka. If I have a sweet person giving my daughter, sweet person, that's the key point. I accept it for her, not to turn a person's kindness away, but also to teach her that I have to approve first. Okay. Thank you for sharing your viewpoints. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm going to just wrap up here. Maybe I will come back again in a week time when the canola is in full bloom. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on this tour. And let the children here say goodbye to you in Chinese. Do you know how to say goodbye in Chinese? 来，教一下观众怎么说再见的。用汉语说再见。
再见，再见，
再见 ，everyone。挥挥手。